What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Vieira versus Tate. Breakdown predictions, guys. Before I get started, smash that thumbs up button so this video can get out to the masses. Also, subscribe to this channel. Also, subscribe to my Patreon account for all the face-off predictions, prop bets, and combination parlays. Also, you're freely to donate to this channel if you want to. It helps out a lot. I can grow my channel more and put out better work, even better work on time too. All right, the fight today starts at 3 o'clock. Okay, we're gonna knock this out real quickly but accurately. First fight here, we got Luana Pinheiro versus Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes is a short notice. Luana here, strong judo baser. Started judo from the age of 2. Her judo, in my opinion, is the best I've seen since Ronda Rousey's judo, right? Like, she's pretty accurate, man, with the throws. The way how she move the energy around and move the body around, you know, it's pretty much effortless, right? And she also throws heavy. Like, her boxing is not bad. Can get wild at times though. Doesn't really pace herself as well. She goes 100% on everything, and that's why you can see she gassing out. You know what I mean? So in the first round she looked good. In the second, you know, if she don't finish, she start to slow down, because if you look around here and see, she's mostly a first round finisher, right? I fight against Marcus. Man, Marcus upkicked her there, but I felt that, man, if that fight kept going on, I felt Marcus possibly could have won that fight, man, because Luana was gassing out, man. And like I said, she throws everything, man, with 100%. Her judo is good, and she will control it with the judo, sweep you and take you down, you know what I'm saying, and then transfer that energy back and forward easily. But the reasons, you know, why she gas out like that, because she's throwing everything 100%. And she's trying to knock you out, but again, you have to pace yourself. Her judo is pretty good. She deflects energy very well. I read it from my notes here, guys. But she's a first round fighter, like what I mentioned here, and will gas out. Let me see here. She's a fast starter, very fast. And you can tell when you see first round finishes all the time. She's a fast starter, but she slows down. So if she don't take this, the longer the fight goes, it's not going to benefit her. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And basically, she will gas out, right? But her skills, her potential, her judo is good. Like I said, it's the best I've seen since Ronda Rousey. The way how she, because a lot of people have judo in the sport, but they don't use it really. You know what I'm saying? They may clinch up, may get one little throw, but Luana uses it consistently, just like Ronda Rousey. Once you hit the clinch with Ronda Rousey, she's hip tossing you. It's like easy, right? I mean, Luana, the same thing. She's hip tossing you, she's head throwing you. You know what I'm saying? She's sweeping and everything like that and taking you to the ground, all right? Her opponent here, Sam. Sam is going to have the 2-inch of reach. Sam is tough, man. She's physically strong in the clinch, but that's where Luana shines, in the clinch. You know, she go in the clinch with Luana. Luana's going to be tossing her left, right, and center, kind of like Ronda Rousey, right? She's a heavy striker, too. And I believe, let me see here, she could be the quicker fighter here too, I believe. I mean, I could be wrong about that. I mean, maybe kind of similar in the speed, but I feel she might be slightly quicker. But like I said, Luana is a first round finisher, and she will gas. And Hughes put that pressure on you consistently, but then the judo from Luana, right? Let me see. Luana here fights at 125 also. This fight's at 115. So basically Luana slows down and Sam starts slow, but then the longer the fight goes, Sam gets stronger. So this is basically what it is. So I mean, even though Sam has some first round finishes here, but from what I've seen, you know what I'm saying, I mean, she's losing the first round, but what I'm seeing here is that she's slow start, and as the fight progresses, she gets stronger. So I'm gonna go Luana. I'm gonna say Luana by submissions, guys, but honestly, man, I'm not confident in this, and to me, this is a slight even fight. I have Luana edging it, but it's kind of close to even, so be very careful with this one. And I have Luana by submission first round, and the reasons for that, because Luana is a sprinter, and Sam is a grinder. She's tough and gritty, and if Luana can't put her away, you could see sample of a victory. So be freaking careful with this one. All right. Next fight here, guys. We have Solon Nordabik versus Sean Serrano. Solon here, both guys can get submitted, but with Solon on here is a strong wrestling base on him, man, and he will grind. He will come out the gate, grind and look for takedown, but then he will gas out though. His striking looks suspect. A lot of overhands, chin is up, kind of wild with the striking. Let me see. He usually, he usually gets submitted in the first round. That's what I have here. So like I said, both of these guys can get submitted, but Norden is more of the wrestler there, and Sean is more the striker. Yeah, majority of the time, submission. He has 5 by submission. Swing wild, submissions in the first, we get submitted. Okay. He usually, let me see, he usually gets his submissions in the first round. So this is a guy that will pull off his submissions in the first round if he's going to get it, but his wrestling is what he really pushed to. So he's a first round submission finisher, but he will get submitted though in the mostly in the second and third. You know, you can see him if he's going to get submitted, it would be somewhere around there. But again, with a guy like Sean is going to look to take your head off, because that's what he really wants to do. He has 4 by submissions though, but he more want to stand up with you, right? Sean is going to have the 2-inch reach here. He used to be in UFC back in the days in 214 and 215, but he made a comeback there and fought Christian Gagos, but again he got submitted. Because I said it's a guy that can get submitted. Been submitted 5 times, and Nerdin been submitted 4 times. So the both guys here can get submitted, but with Sean though, he looks more stand up, like what I said. He will let his hands go, man. Quick punches, his combinations are not bad. He's good in the pocket, mixes it up well. Like I said, he can get submitted. Got submitted 5 times. It was a short notice for Sean against Gagos, so it took that fight freaking like a week or so. So and then I believe he hurt Gagos in the first round, but then again, Sean is kind of like a sprinter too. He comes out hard, and then he try to take your head off, and then if you can get him down and control him, you may can submit him or beat him up, or probably win the fight by decision. Let me see here. He also fights at 155 and 166. This fight here, guys, I'm not sure of this one. This to me, honestly, this is an even fight to me, and I can see this one going either way. Totally even fight here. What I see from Norden, from his stand-up, Sean is a better striker, but then Norden has the takedowns, and if you can get Sean down, which he can get taken down, because it shows. It shows in Sean's fight he gets taken down and he gets submitted. So it's one of those fights where toss up, you know what I'm saying? And if Sean can stop the takedowns and keep this fight standing, then he can win the fight. It's a smaller cage here. I'm gonna go with Serrano here, guys, but I'm not confident in this one. I'm gonna say Serrano by KO TKO first round, but I'm not confident, man. I could actually see Norden winning this fight, but I'm not confident. So this one can go either way, guys. All right. But Sean by KO TKO first round. Next fight here, we got Cody Durden versus Qualari. I know I mispronounced that. Cody here, he stays on you, grinded wrestling. Will mix up the striking with the takedown. His wrestling is what he really looks for. He grinds, man. This guy really grinds. He can get submitted though. He's been submitted 2 times, and at times he's hittable, depending if he's facing a good striker. But he's durable though. That's the thing. He's durable, and he will keep coming forward, but he will fade in later rounds. If you notice here, these guys have a couple first round finishes where he will look freaking choke you out or armbar you, right? So this is a guy that, he goes in there and try to take you out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Again, Chris Gutierrez is the same thing. He almost got Chris Gutierrez in his rear naked choke. So this is a guy trying to finish the fight real quick, right? His opponent here, Rory's going to have a 2-inch reach. A lot of forward pressure from Aurora, man. With freaking straightforward phone boot style on you. His striking is not bad. He will also look for takedowns. and he definitely looked for the knockouts. But you know, I think he has like a 1 by knockout, but yeah, I mean, he looks for it, but I believe with him, I believe he has like a 1 by knockout, 2 by knockout. He has 5 by knockout. My bad. So okay, so definitely he will definitely look for the knockout here. But he's been submitted 3 times here, and the thing about him is that he's like there's times where he would throw his hands and then it looks like his defense is okay, but then he start getting hit with jabs and then he's not defending anymore. He just get blasted with shots consistently. So this guy is freaking hittable, man. He's like a zombie, and then he goes zombie mode and goes straight forward and just get tagged with a bunch of shots, man. Head straight up, man. Eating shots consistently, man. I mean, this is the next even one for me too, guys, man. A lot of these fights on this card should be even. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's actually... It seems like a straightforward card. But, I mean, the fight should be even. It's like picking fights. So, you can go either way. I'm going to go with Cody Durden here. Aurora has been submitted a couple of times. I can see Cody probably getting a submission. I mean, Cody been submitted too, but I just feel with Aurora, I feel he just zombie mode, take a bunch of damage. I mean, Cody does that too, but I feel something about Cody, you know, I feel Cody's a little bit more grittier. You know what I mean? Not much of the striking, but his pressure, and also I think the heart just to keep going. But I mean, Aurora has that too. So like I said, it's a tough fight to choose. But I'm gonna go with Cody by submission, guys. And I have Cody by submission in the first round, guys. Not confident. Next fighter, we got Terrence McKinney versus Fares Zam. Terrence here. Terrence is not durable in my opinion. He was in the contender series. He will gas out, man. And this guy is he's a sprinter. You know, he rushes in there and try to choke you out in the first round. If he can knock you out, he knock you out. But after the first round, he would definitely gas out. He's more wrestling, but then the more he pushes wrestling, the tireder he gets. You know what I'm saying? Like he gasses out. He would throw unorthodox techniques. He hit Farvola with a 1-2 in the middle and knocked him out actually, which is a pretty good finish for him there. But he has a lot of first round finishes though. And like I said, if he doesn't get that, he will slow down. So this guy is a fast starter. A lot of fast starters on this card and they slow down after. I feel like he doesn't have the best fight IQ, and you can catch him with submissions, man. And when the IQ is not that great, you know, like anything can happen in this fight, man. He will also run into strikes too, and like I said, he will fade, right? And he will fade mostly if you start to mix it up. So if this guy's either this guy is only can do one at a time. If he's gonna wrestle, he's gonna wrestle. If he's gonna strike, he's gonna strike. Once he mixes up the both of them, then he will gas out. So it's either to choose which one he wants to do. But if he's trying to strike and wrestle and strike, wrestle, then he's gonna end up gassing out. And that's what I noticed so much in his fights. Right? His opponent here, Zam. Zam is a kickboxer coming out of K1 there. He's a decent striker. Ground defense has gotten a lot better. And his striking is pretty good, man. He fights long range and keep the fight at the range that he wants to keep it at, right? I like Zam striking. I feel Zam's a better striker. I mean, McKinney will throw strikes and he can land. And McKinney wrestling his edge. But like I said, from what I see from McKinney, he will gas out and his fight IQ is not that great, man. And like I said, he will falls into shot and he will also get submitted. And Zam also has submissions too. He's a kickboxer, but he has couple by submissions. So when I'm breaking down fights, you know, I look at the techniques and the guys and the skills of the height and reach, but also the IQ. I mean, the IQ, man, that goes a long freaking way, man. I mean, that's like the smarts, the mental aspect of the game. And if your mental ain't right and you don't follow directions and you're running into stuff and you're getting submitted just easily like that, nah, man. So I'm going with Zam here, and I'm gonna say Zam by TKO here, guys. What do I have here for him? TKO. I believe I have first round here. I think I have first round. Yeah, I'm gonna say Zam here by TKO, guys, in the first round. Okay. Not confident in that one either, guys, because like I said, is a smaller case, and if McKinney can come in here and then hold his cardio and then grind, you never know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to disrespect any fighters. I'm just going off of what I see, you know, from off the fights and the footages, and then I break it down. I could be wrong. I mean, to all I know, McKinney could come in here and knock out Zion or just submit him in the third round. I mean, he could carry the fight and just don't get gas. It just all depends on his camp and how he's been training. So, like his preparation. But I'm liking Zion by KO first round. Next fighter, we got Loma Lookboonmee versus Lupita Godinez. I know I mispronounced that. Loma here is a good striker, more Muay Thai base, Muay Thai boxer, Thai boxer, heavy knees, elbows. She has been working on her takedown defense and it's been looking good, but with Loma here, she works good out the clinch. So she will look for sweeps, trips, a lot of knees and elbows in the clinch. And she'll look to take you down too, like I said, from the sweeps from off the clinch. She's going to be like in the clinch here. If you look at her opponent here, Lupita. Lupita is going to look to tie up because she likes to push her wrestling. But that's where Loma can be strong in the clinch. But Lupita could be the physically stronger person here, and the cage is smaller. So you could see Lupita trying to take down Loma, take her down. But then Loma going to be hitting her with knees in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? To the body. And the more hit you get to the body, the more worn you're going to get. Right? So this is the next tough one here, which is an even fight for me, guys. With Loma, she throw elbows, a lot of front kicks there. She throw it on the pocket. Good in the clinch, in the tie-up, sweeps, throws, knees, elbows in the pocket. Her opponent here, Lupita. Lupita will push the wrestling, strong in the clinch. But like I said, the clinch favor Loma, you know what I'm saying, because of the knees in the pocket. When you hit the knees to the body and you hit elbows, man, that wears you out, man. That makes you... That takes a lot of energy off of you. It takes a lot of, you know, that make you tired. You can't wear the body down. You work the body down, you break the body down, right? The body, if you can destroy the body will fall, right? Lupita will also gas out as the fight go along. So we can see if she don't, you know, she kind of like a sprinter too. You know, if she don't get the fight to where she wants to be, which is on the ground consistently, and she can't get you down, you know, she would throw wild and throw heavy hands, but the better striker here, in my opinion, is Loma. So I'm gonna go with Loma here, guys. And this, I'm not confident because of the wrestling from Lupita. If she can get Loma down, you know, it's just possible. You know what I'm saying? With the grindy, and she could possibly be the physical stronger, maybe. I mean, they're pretty much on the same height and reach. So her last opponent here, Carolina had like 8-inch reach over her and a massive height. So that plays a huge factor. Trying to take down Luna is tough. Even though she did get her down, but it's tough because a tall opponent. You know, with Loma, no, Loma could be a little easier because it's on the same level of height. But I'm going to go with Loma by decision, guys. I'm not confident. Next fighter, we got Rafa García versus Natan Levy. Damn, a lot of even fights here, guys, in my opinion. García here... let me see here. His last 2 UFC fights, man, he had, or his only 2 fights here. He took a lot of damage, man. A lot of life off of him, man. All went to decision, but he took a lot of freaking beating, dude. He's durable, though, aggressive. He's a dog, will push forward, but takes a lot of damage. I expected more from Garcia, but he hasn't really produced that, right? He's heavy-handed, but he has more submissions. I believe he has like 1 by knockout. But if he throws and connects, he can put you down, though. But he more look for the submissions, though. So he looks to pepper you up on the foot, then look to take you down with his wrestling. Both guys are kind of similar in skill set. Levy has more of a karate base there. He's going to have the 2-inch of height and the 4-inch of reach, which is massive. He also has, like I said, a karate base, but he has wrestling also, because from what I see, his takedowns are pretty good, man, and his transitions on the ground is very, very good. He rides his chin high, though. I noticed that he can get clipped and hurt in the foot. In one of his fights, he got hurt. So that's why I say if Garcia can connect to his chin, man, it could be lights out. But this guy would take you down and submit you. Like I said, both guys are kind of similar. They have the same kind of similar style. They strike for a little bit, then they go for takedowns and try to look for submissions or ground and pound. He doesn't look bad, though, but like I said, that chin is high, man. But he has a heart, though, and he will recover and come back and pull the win off. I'm liking Levy for this, man. From what I see from Garcia, it's just... I mean, he takes a lot of damage in his last two fights. He takes tremendously a lot of damage in those fights, man. And like I see, he slows down. After first round, second, third, he slows down. Levy holds the fight all the way. He holds the fight all the way. First, second, third, he holds the fight. And even when he gets hurt, he come back and win. So I'm liking Levy for more the heart and mental. So I'm going to say Levy by decision, guys, but I'm not confident. Next fight here, we got Tucker Lutz versus Pat Sabatini. These fights are tight, guys. These are very, very close fights, man. Lutz is pretty well-rounded guy. Came with the Contender Series twice, and he won his fights twice time. He's heavy striking. He sits down in front of you, but you know what I'm saying. He moves his head. He doesn't take that much damage from time to time. He has a 2-inch reach, which is massive, and he has a wrestling base on him there, right? So this guy will take you down and he will stand with you. Like either way, you're trying to look for the win. His opponent here, Pat Sabatini, has a wrestling base too, but he's known for his submissions though, man. I believe he has like 11 by submission. His stand-up is kind of suspect. He can get caught and knocked down, so he relies a lot on his wrestling, but he will push his striking though, right? He can get hurt on the feet against Jamal. He got hurt on the feet and got put down, but again, Jamal go ahead and went and go into his guard. Went side mount and play around in the man half guard. And then what he did, he reversed it. And I believe he got him with a heel hook. Yeah, I think he messed up his knee a little bit. I don't think he seriously destroyed his knee, but I believe he hurt his knee though. I mean, that's fight IQ. With a guy with 11 submissions, if you put him down, dude, there's nothing to, you ain't got to prove nothing. You know, that's the ego. Just stay up and then let him stand back up. You keep the fight where you want to keep it. You know what I'm saying? If you fighting somebody and you know the guy is 11 by submission and then you can put him down with a punch, let him stand back up. Why are you going to go down into his world where the possibilities of him submitting you is very likely? He has 11 by submissions. 11 by submissions, man. And he's what? He's 15 fights? So majority of his wins are all by submissions. And nah, man, you want to keep. That's again, I say, fight IQ goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could be good at striking and kicking, but the mental aspect, you have to know where it's like, okay, knock this guy down, listen to my corner, don't go down there. Okay, he has 10 by submissions. So, okay, 10. Oh, wow. So there's one off. But he has 15 wins. All right? So you don't want to play with this guy on the ground because he will submit you, man. Mostly all what? A lot of first round submissions he has here. Let me see here. He has a lot of first rounds and a lot of. He has a 4th round finish here because this guy fight for championships here too, and a 2nd round. So it's mostly all first rounds though. So this is a fight where Lutz have to be careful, but he has a wrestling, but then the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu aspect could play a factor. I'm gonna go with Lutz here for the win. I feel Lutz can keep this fight standing. You know what I'm saying? And if Lutz seems like mentally wise, his IQ is good. Like he's not gonna put himself in a situation where he shouldn't be or do something foolish. I mean, accidents happen, but I'm gonna go with Lutz here. I'm gonna say Lutz by decision, but I'm not confident either, guys. Very, very close fight because if Pat can get Lutz down consistently, which Lutz has wrestling, and say he get him down and get a rear naked choke, the fight's over. Okay, so it's a close fight. Lutz by decision. Adrian Yanez versus Davey Grant. Adrian Yanez here, man. This kid can box, man. This guy's a good prospect, dude. His hands are nice, man. Acosta gave him some problems on the first round, but he got information in that first round, came back in the second, and man, his hands are nice, dude. I mean, this is a kid here where he seems to be a slow starter and he gets information on you depending on the striker. Because with Acosta, he had more the karate kind of stance and he was more elusive, and his range, his reach gave Yanez problems. But once Yanez figured out how to slip that jab and follow up, it was over. All he had to do is move the head or beat Acosta to his jab. So that's what he was doing also. He was beating Acosta to the jab. So when Acosta threw the jab, he would throw at the same time. Slip, bam, 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 bam. And he's known for countering. So it was perfect for him. So it's a guy that he studies you. So he's not like he's going in and just throwing hands and brawling. This guy can fight, man. I'm high on him. boxing, he counters well. He's well rounded. He's durable, and like I said, he's a slow starter, but he's getting information in you, right? His opponent here, Grant, though. Grant is a veteran, though, and this one could be a tricky fight here, guys, because I'm a high on Yanez, but Grant is a veteran here, and he's experienced, and his striking, his kickboxing, kind of similar to what you see with Acosta in a kind of way, and both of them kind of on the same height and reach here. Acosta was a longer reach, and you could tell. I wouldn't sleep on Grant here, guys. Grant will look for submissions, but he can also get submission, and Grant can take this fight to the ground. So I wouldn't sleep on Grant because experience goes a long way. And we see a lot of times Grant beat Jonathan Martin Days. He beat Popov. So, I mean, there are fights where, you know what I'm saying, you think the guy should win or the guy's going to win because the boxing is nice and everything, and then you have these veteran guys coming in here who are experienced, coming in and pull the fight off. So I wouldn't really sleep on Grant. I'm going to go with Yanez though, but the reason why I'm going for Yanez is the speed advantage, and Grant is not really quick. And when Grant throw, man, this should be easy for Yanez to pick up, man. And when he throws a lot of wild hooks at times off his combination, and when he throws, he loops it, and his chin is right there. So if Yanez is good at boxing and he's very technical, and from what I can see, if he can read these other guys out, even Acosta, who's quick in speed, Grant shouldn't be hard for him to read, man. Should not be hard for him to read. But again, Grant will switch stance, and he has a more unorthodox kickboxing kind of vibe. Could give Yanez problem. So I mean, we will definitely see what happens here. But I'm gonna go with Yanez for the win here, guys, and just a speed advantage, and he could read Grant. You could see, I mean, Grant doesn't really, he does telegraph his moves because it's the speed, you know, he's kind of slow at the technique, but he does get tricky at times, but you can read him though. And if I could see what he's doing, Yanez should be able to read this guy easily. So, KO TKO, guys, by Yanez in the second round. But be careful. Be careful because Grant could come in here and mix it up so much and take down Yanez and grind him up for a win. You just never know, man. So I like Yanez though, but be careful with it. Next fight here we have Rani Yahya versus Kang. Yahya will look for, I mean, he will look to submit you, man. That's basically, this guy's a veteran, man. This guy's go way freaking back, fighting from 2002. This guy's a veteran, dude. WEC K1 from all over, man. He looks to submit you. He has 21 by submission, and he has 27. I mean, he has 27 wins. So he got 21 by submission. So he's looking to submit you. He wants you to take him down, right? His opponent here, Kang, wants to take you down. His striking is so-so, but he's mainly want to take you down, and he has 11 by submission. Right? He's gonna have a 3-inch of height and a 5-inch of reach, which is massive. But he looks to wrestle you though. Yahya hands are not bad. Yahya striking, you know, at times, you know, it can look sloppy, but he can connect with punches, man. And kind of remind me of I forgot what that guy's name. Kind of like that Randy Couture kind of boxing, or what's that guy name? Dan Anderson. You know, that kind of vibe, that kind of boxing there, you know. But then he makes it work for him, and he will connect. So there's a possibility he could knock out Kang in this fight. It's a strong possibility, but also he can also submit him too, right? So I'm actually liking Yahya for this fight because Kang usually wrestles you down, and I mean Yahya doesn't mind being on the ground, but if Yahya can't submit him down, Yahya is on his back, then Kang could just grind him out with just wrestling, which is freaking possible. It's possible. He could just wrestle and pull off a win. You know what I'm saying? Kang only been submitted one time, but Yahya has 20-something by submission, and he's good at it. So, and then Yahya been submitted one time too. So there's a fight where it's kind of tricky, guys, and it can go either way. But I'm going Yahya submission first round. I'm not confident, and like I said, Kang could grind out a win here just by taking him down. That's it. And then Yahya trying to look for subs for the first round, look for sub second round, third round, and he can't get it. And then Kang pull off a split decision. Alright, so be careful with that one. Next fight here, we have co-main event. We have Michael Chiesa versus Sean Brady. Chiesa here, he's gonna have a 2-inch of reach, and 3 inch of height, which is pretty massive. He looks to submit you though, and that's what he really wants. He has no knockouts. He just come in there to submit you. His stand up has been getting better, but I feel still he's kind of one dimensional. He does move around a little better now. He does throw shots from here to there, but he looks for takedowns and he looks for the submission, and that's what he wants. And usually he tends to rush it, and he forces the submission. And when he forces it, he gets reversed, and then he gets submitted. So that's what you see the fights that he getting submitted in, because he's forcing it, right? And he's been submitted like, I believe, like 5 times now. So he's so eager to finish the fight that he ends up, he getting submitted. And then you could see it, 11 by submissions, and he lost 4. A guy like Brady's a good prospect, man. This is a tough fight, man. It's a tough fight for both guys. Brady is well-rounded, man. Striking there, he has a wrestling base too. Brady has a smart fight IQ. His fight IQ is very, very good, man. He always finds ways to win, man. 3 by KO, 4 by submission. And this is a guy, he starts out maybe a little bit slow, but then he looks for openings and he looks for ways to win. And he always put the fight where he wants to put it, right? He doesn't let you dictate the fight on him. And his wrestling is pretty good. This is a good fight, guys. But, man, with Chiesa, man, Chiesa just, I don't know, man. It's just, I can see him get submitted again, man. But again, anything is possible here. I mean, I could be wrong. And again, Michael Chiesa could also submit Brady. That's possible too. So you can go either way here. I'm gonna go with Brady here for the win, guys. And I'm gonna say Brady by submission in the first round. I could be wrong, guys, but that's what I see. That's what I feel, actually. Okay. Main fight on the card, we got Ketlen Vieira versus Miesha Tate. Vieira here, she would look to take you down and submit you. I'm not sure what's wrong with Vieira here. I mean, I think more this could be a mental thing here. She looks like a fighter that was supposed to look like a good prospect here, right? She was coming up undefeated, looked good. Then she dropped the ball against Cardano. Then she beat Eubanks. Then she, kind of reversed her. I believe Yana got the second round, and I believe the third round. I believe Vieira was winning it, but I think that fight's a robber though, man. I think Vieira was supposed to get the split decision on that, man. They robbed her in that one. They gave Yana by unanimous decision in that one. I don't know. That's a straight robber, guys. Vieira will gas out though in the fight, and if you keep putting pressure on her, put pressure on her, and then you can beat her, because that's what Yana did. She reversed her. Yana seems stronger in the clinch. Vieira gonna have a 2-inch of height here and a 2-inch of reach, so she kind of maybe physically bigger than Tate here, which could probably give Tate problem. But Tate, is a veteran, and Tate fight, only the tough woman, and the only woman that she lose to is only the tough woman. The regular panty, the Nunes, them, like Ronda Rousey back in the days, and Katz and Gano. She only using to the tough woman, then, man. So it's not like Tate is just, not really a good fighter here, Tate will look to grind with her wrestling. Striking has actually gotten a little better, but she looks to pressure, grind, gritty. And she look for takedown, look for the ground and pound, or she look for submission. So pressure is her thing, man. So, I mean, if her last fight with Vieira, last fight with Kanaskaya, if Kanaskaya was able to pressure her and put her down like that, even though Kanaskaya was a bigger female, pretty much on the same height and reach, and Vieira gonna be the bigger female in this fight, but I just see the pressure from Tate. All Tate need to really do in this fight is pressure and put her against a cage, pressure, and guarantee you they will give Tate the win. I don't think they really want Vieira to win. They're not really interested in Vieira anymore, because she's not really finishing fights, and she slowed down, and she looks like she's not really into it. So definitely, if this fight is close, you can see Tate winning, believe me. Even if it's not close, they give Tate the split. Alright, so I got Tate by decision, guys. And yeah, that's my predictions there, guys. Breakdowns. Quick look at the odds here. Look at some ridiculous odds. It's gonna be a close. This should be a close card, guys. Shouldn't be no crazy odds in here. Luna 4. I guess I was wrong about that, man. Negative 400. Nah, disagree, man. Because Hughes is a dog and she's crafty. Hell no. No way. No, guys. If I was you, I mean, Luna's supposed to can win, and I have her winning. But at 400, nope. Either fade this or go under, or you could maybe do one parlay with Luna, but I wouldn't mess with it too much. Just being honest with you, man. I'm telling you guys, be careful. Sean and Nordabek. Mispronounce that, man. Nope. Even fight, because Sean can get taken down all the time. If he in the first one, he's kind of okay, but after this first, he tends to slow down, can get taken down, and can get submitted. So him being negative 200 or something, no, this is the next even fight. The Luna fight, I have Luna edging it, but maybe like 150 around there, not no 400, man. And Sean and Nerdabek, that's totally even. Be careful with this one. This is the next fighter. Be careful with it. I'm not confident in this one. These two fighters, be careful. Cody Durden on a Rory. 160 straight across. Yeah, I don't really disagree with this one. I could say Rory could probably win the fight just off of striking, and he has a wrestling on him too. And he can look for takedowns, but the grittiness from Durden, I feel Durden is a little bit more craftier. I'm not too against the odds in here, but still be careful. All right, this is not bad, but still be careful. Zayam and Terrence, it's fine. I have nothing to say about this. Yeah, I mean, Terrence could grind, and it's a smaller cage. He could wrestle. He does get tired, but Zayn has his striking, and Zayn takedown defense is not bad. So I don't disagree. Even fight, that's fine. Oh, Luma's an underdog. They have Lupita at this much odds. I have Luma winning, so hey, it's fine. But I could see Lupita being favorite because of the wrestling, and she could be stronger there. But then again, she usually gets into the clinch. She could get double single legs from the outside, but do I disagree? I mean, I have Luma winning. So, I mean, to me, honestly, it's an even fight. So, Lupita at this much, I'll be careful. Just being honest with you. It's an even fight, guys. All right? Levy and García. Perfect. See, this is how the card should be. Good. Even. Sabatini and Lutz. Perfect. Nothing against that. Yanez and Grant. Disagree. I like Yanez. Nice hands. Good boxing. Technical kid. Grant is experienced though, man. Grant faced guys that Yanez has never faced before. So, I mean, he faced skill level that Yanez have never faced. It's different. Experience goes a long way, guys. So, Yanez being this high, I like Yanez, but I disagree with the odds, man. I think he's too high. He's way too high. And Grant can take this fight to the ground, and Grant's a veteran. I disagree. Be careful with this one. Be very careful with this one, man, all right? Santos and Calderwood. Did I miss the fight here? I did miss a fight, huh? Hold on there. I think I missed a fight here, guys. I missed a fight, huh? Yes, I did. I skipped a fight here, guys. I skipped Calderwood and Talita. How the hell I skipped that? Wood versus Santos. I'm liking Santos, guys. I feel Santos is a more physical, stronger. She's more technical on the striking. Her Muay Thai is good. Even her ground game is getting better. I mean, with Wood, she has striking there, but it doesn't really stand out. And she has a ground game, but I feel the more physically stronger, grittier person is Santos. You know what I'm saying? And that's even based on athleticism too. So I'm going to go with Santos for the win there, guys. I totally skipped that one. That one went right over my head, man. Oh. All right, so back to the odds, man. Man, that's freaking horrible. Yeah, so Wood and Santos here. They have Santos at 340. I disagree with that one, guys, because like I said, Wood been fighting in the UFC and she has a little more experience. Even though, like I said, Santos is a better striker there and she could get the fight to the ground. Yeah, she's physically stronger and she's very athletic. But at 340, I would not mess with this one, man. Just to be honest, because Wood could pull off a win here. Believe me, by a decision or by a split. Ho and Yahya, I don't disagree. Because Ho could take down Yahya, grind him up with his wrestling, and he win the fight. Or Ho could take down Yahya and Yahya submit him. Or Yahya could knock out Ho. Either which way it goes, even fight. Chiesa versus Brady. And Brady at 170, 200 straight across. So they're kind of high on Brady here. Really, guys, man, I don't disagree, man. I mean, for me to say I mean, for me to say, oh no, 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 it's like the odds are too high. I could put it closer, but it's like 165. I would have like 150, so it's kind of there. 157 on some, 155. See, at some sites, I really don't disagree, but still be careful because Chiesa is still experienced and he has faced fights and he has had fights that Sean Brady has never had. But I just feel Brady's just the guy's a good prospect, man, and he shows it. You know, he can take this fight anywhere. Wrestling is good, his submission game, his striking is better than Chiesa. You know what I'm saying? So I don't disagree, but be careful. Vieira and Tate, I don't disagree. Because again, if Vieira come in here and can push her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and overpower Tate with her, you know, strength, you know what I'm saying? Because she could be the stronger, height and reach advantage, bigger woman, bigger frame, could play a factor. You know what I'm saying? It's not just being big, guys. You know, if you have the skills and a little bit of inch of reach on you, then it's different. But if you don't have no skills at all, and you're basing off everything off the straight strength, then that's different, right? You know what I'm saying? You need a technique, and Vieira does have the technique. She has a ground game, and her striking is so. So she does have the skills. It's just that the mental. It's just that she's not putting it all together and pushing it. So perfect odds, man. The fights that I'll be careful with is I say slightly Brady and Chiesa, but I feel Brady should win that, man. Definitely Santos and Calderwood. Be careful with that, man. I feel Santos is just too high, man. Yanez and Grant, be careful with that one. Lupita and Loma, be careful because I feel Lupita is way too high. Because Loma get her in the clinch. Loma could control her. Loma could be the stronger woman here. Believe me. Durden and Rory, I mean, I'm not too much on that one. That one is okay, kind of, but still be careful. And these last two fights here, the 400 and the 280, the fights are too high. I mean, Luna is not that, she's not that experienced. I mean, both women are not that much experience. I feel Sam is possibly the more experienced woman here. But I mean, damn, I mean, Luna shouldn't be so high in the odds, man. And then Sean, yeah, he's more experienced guy, been in UFC, you know, back in the days. But then, if you look at Nordebek, I mean, Nordebek can take him down, man. And Sean Kryptonite is getting taken down and submitted. And Nordebek is a wrestler. So that's about it, guys. That's my odd breakdown there, prediction breakdown. You guys subscribe to this channel, hit the thumbs up. You guys can donate to this channel to help me out. Also, sign up to my Patreon account for all the face-off predictions, all the prop bets. And I also have some combination parlays on there too. Alright, you guys keep on kicking. One love out to everybody, and os.